Good evening, folks. Red County, Blue Nation, Westcliff, Colorado, United States of Americans, Stephen Rorick, Mike Boring, Jimmy McMahon. Jimmy, how are you this morning?
We're doing good.
Good.
Work.
I don't know why I'm thinking it's morning. I guess because that bright light's like the sun coming
Man, I'm
up
telling you, that's pretty bright.
I don't know what happened, but it seems a lot brighter than it normally does, don't it?
It does. Definitely. No, I think we're doing okay. Yeah, busy. Lots going on. So, I know you're busy too.
Beyond.
Everybody's busy.
The list is long. It's just prioritize what is the most. What's the biggest high value? What's the high value targets?
Yeah.
But everything needs a little attention, so guys kind of spread it around.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Not a lot of people out there to do a lot of stuff anymore. Kind of crazy that way. We were just talking about the truck driving deal.
Yeah, we were just talking about truck driving. I mean, I've seen some of these big corporations, these big dirt jobs, they'll need like 100 truck drivers. Hell, these guys almost go broke when they bid these big jobs because they can't find the drivers. And you're relying on that many trucks to run. You got all that bid in, and if you can't find the driver, you get in a bind big time.
Well, you'll fail at your contract.
Well, and that's the whole bind, right? If you don't keep on time, then you have to pay a penalty, and the penalties on them big contracts are
Eat your profit right out of
yeah,
that.
it ain't $100 or $200. You're talking about tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars a day.
Stay on schedule.
Yeah. So yeah, truck drivers are.
At a premium right now.
Yeah, and then we wonder why everybody wants to go to artificial intelligence. Because you got goofballs at the wheel.
Well, I think they're shutting down a lot of that. Some of the people that couldn't even read or stuff, couldn't pass the test, they were issuing a license from other countries because they said, no, I truck driver in another country.
Well,
here you go. You have a license. Oh, I know can read. What is that?
What's going on is it's just like what we were talking about with all this stuff. People that are retiring, there's nobody coming up to take up.
Absolutely. No one to fill their shoes.
Yeah.
They're saying every 5 that retire, one's coming on.
Yeah. So I mean
It's 20%, right? Something like that.
Well, yeah, and that's across all trades, right? That's not.
That's across the board.
Yeah. So that's what's going on, and it's funny because there's more people every day, but yet the society that we gotten caught in is, I mean, it's dwindling our resources instead.
Well, yeah. Burnt hand's going to be the best teacher. Once you find out what am I going to do? There's nothing showing up. Well, maybe you better figure it out. But yeah, I don't know. It's disheartening to see all of it. But we got a lot of good kids up here. There's a lot of good young people through it, But there's just not enough of them.
Yeah, I mean, there's good kids everywhere, but it's like they're so few and far between that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some good ones around, no question, but to really be, I mean, if you grew up through mainstream schooling, you're at about as big a disadvantage as anybody in history. I mean, you just are, right? You think that stuff should be given to you, and I mean, you just don't understand that. There's no drive, right? There's no incentive for people to go, and they ain't hungry.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Burnt hand's best teacher. Hungry belly get you up. You start getting hungry enough, you figure it out. The problem is there's too much of this.
And
too much handout.
If you look at, I forget which country it was, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you're starving to death. You still don't have enough mental capacity to get yourself out of there. So you're just basically going to die.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how hungry you are.
Well, and that's kind of the road we're heading down.
Well, it is. That's the point.
Self-destructive.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the road.
Thank God for AI. Man.
I mean, AI is not the problem.
No.
AI AI is not the problem.
Might be the solution.
Well, it is a solution. When I need answers now. I don't have time to do the research and waste everybody else's time. When you called me the other day, what's it cost?
Yeah.
You want me to do you a favor? What I had you an answer in 10 seconds.
Oh, absolutely.
And you're like, well, hell, I didn't mean right now. I'm like, well, I meant right now.
Well, I didn't want to disturb you.
Otherwise, I'll forget, right?
Yeah.
And so, bam, we got the answer, and we were done, and we're off on our. So, I mean,
we live in that fast of a world where technology has given us that tool.
It's fantastic, in my opinion.
It's always good, and there's always a bad side to it. If it's abused, it's going to be bad.
And that's the thing with everything. That's just like
Absolutely.
a gun.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
We've had this discussion hundreds of times. It's all about the intention of what you're using it for. So,
absolutely.
I mean, you can try to say, well, AI is the death of, or the destruction of humanity, when actually it's not. I mean, the destruction of humanity is complacency.
Well, it's the stuff that's being taught.
It's what we just got done. That's the whole ball of wax right there.
And it starts at the home. Actually starts in the home.
And so, I mean, that's the same thing that we got going on right now, is it's deception and complacency. I mean, we're going to try to get into it. I mean, I tried to do as much research as I could. I didn't have a lot of time to really do it, and I can't remember all the ins and outs, but to make a long story short, whether Trump is or isn't on the Epstein list, the fact of the matter is that when you begin to cover up stuff, then you create suspicion. And that's the problem right now. I mean, so one of my favorite people to listen to is Robert Barnes, constitutional attorney. I don't know how many people out there. He's a sharpshooter, man. I mean, he knows more about. Not only is he a constitutional attorney, but he's a heck of a historian, right? So he has all this in context leading up the history of all of this stuff.
Timeline, how stuff graduated and how it got stronger or weaker. Yeah, that's very important, because that has to be showed, I think, to judges. I mean, judges are a judge because they're supposed to have good judgment and they make rulings. But if the information is left out and they don't have everything in front of them to make proper judgment, well, then they're going to be in error. They're not going to make a deep, strong judgment. And this guy brings everything to light.
Well, I mean, that's what...
He pretty much tools it down.
That's why you get a good attorney to try to make the case to the court.
Make the case.
Yeah.
Make the case. So, yeah, I'm not sure. It's kind of... It just has a foul feeling about it. With one time we're under the impression, oh yeah, this Epstein list of people and all of this and that, we've got it all and we're going to be coming forward with it, and then all of a sudden, well, there's no list.
Well, yeah, and we know
it's
better.
Like, now wait a minute, why is old Maxine what's her face up in there?
We know better than that, because Alan Dershowitz was the prior lawyer for Epstein. He was falsely accused of a bunch of stuff. So when he goes to digging in, he's like, well, hell yeah, there's a list, and it was illegal behavior, and we know what you're hiding. Bill Gates and Bill Clinton are two of the main guys, and then the guy from Victoria's Secret, Lexner. So they all went to the Dalton School, and so somehow Epstein has access to the kids at the Dalton School. And so Bill Barr's dad, he's the one that started that. It was OSS and CIA. And so Bill Barr was the attorney general when Epstein got indicted and supposedly got murdered. And Pam Bondi was the attorney general of Florida when all them indictments were going on against Epstein. And so in my opinion, folks, I mean, it looks like Pam Bondi, I mean, she's obviously... So she was tied with this Susie Wild. I mean, all they are is whoremongers for the pharmaceutical for Pfizer, right? So I don't know how the hell she got into the AG spot, being all she is a damn mouthpiece for Pfizer. They've been lobbying for Pfizer for a long time, and I was gonna do some more on that Susie Wild, and I forgot to look her up exactly who she is.
Well, yeah, I mean the cabals and the networks of people that are involved in these shenanigans. There's a reason they get put in positions of power, either appointed or some of them are even elected. But they have a driving force behind them, and it's not a pure one to serve the people. That's not what it's about. Although we'd like to think that, or I would. But that's not what it is. There's always some other motive that drives somebody to be an elected official. And it happens in the cities, in the counties, I mean, in the state level, federal level. Harsh reality, but when you have so much tax money coming in, we're overpaying taxes. We're being overcharged. We need to get rid of I'd like to see the property tax completely abolished. Somewhere along the line, you should be able to own your property. Somewhere. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to have to really be done here in the Trump term to kind of get our liberty back like our forefathers designed it. So hopefully that's going to happen, but it definitely takes people on a local level. And I'm really hoping that this GOP up here in Custer County, the Republicans, if anybody out there is going to be running for some elected position, try to encourage a debate. We, the people, are hiring you, and we're going to have questions for you. That last dog and pony show that went on up here, and we weren't able to have a good debate, that was the head of the GOP. That was the group of the GOP there. And that kind of nonsense is going to get stopped. I think there's enough of the constituents here that said, no, that we've had enough of that. So we will be watching that. And that's coming up here pretty soon, isn't it?
What's that?
Are there any kind of elections coming up here?
No.
Not for until...
There's no elections on the odd years. It's not till next year.
So we've got a year and a half, thereabout, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think them caucuses and stuff happen early, so they'd be less than a year away.
Less than a year. That's what I wanted to hear. Yeah. So anyways, it's coming. So we need to be thinking about who do we want to represent us, whose shoes do we need to get filled, who's leaving, who's staying. So that's the only way we're going to control any kind of political thing here in Custer County. Because once they get in there, they ain't listening. They're not listening. Ethics doesn't mean anything. Accountability is at an all-time low.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, for me personally, I'm like, that ship's already sailed.
a lot of people are there. I'm not.
There
so.
ain't nobody to take up the slack. Who's going to show up and say or do anything? That's the whole thing.
Right. So there are people out there, hopefully. And if there's not, oh well, it is what it is.
If they don't band together, they ain't never going to get nothing done.
Yeah.
The only way that it's going to happen is to go to the caucus and vote these people out. And I mean, that's going to take a serious amount of people and quite a bit of effort to do it. You and I ain't going to get nothing done. We already tried to do it.
There's things happening. It's
Not
real
with-
slow.
not with
If
the
you're
Republican
impatient,
Party.
if you're impatient, don't get involved in this stuff because it will wear you down. If you think something's going to take 2 months, figure 2 years.
Well, and that's the thing. By then, the boat's already rolled over. You're done. If you can't win the next election, it's over with.
Yeah.
I mean, so you can't just think that it's going to fix itself because it's not.
No. It ain't going to fix itself. No doubt about it.
And I mean,
But they depend on people being hopeless and not being involved. That's what they prey upon. That's how they get where they're
they
at.
have no power. The Republican Party in Custer County doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. The only power that they have at all is to nominate. If the commissioner goes down, they can nominate a replacement. That's the only power that they have whatsoever.
But they're influential in getting somebody in there elected.
That's only if something happens, right? I mean, that's the only way that they can actually nominate someone is if somebody goes down. And it has to be the commissioner, because if it's the treasurer or anybody else, the commissioners do it, not the party.
Right.
So
I'm just saying an elected, somebody that's going to run for an office, someone that's brand new that's running for commissioner or whatever elected, that group of GOP people have a big influence on getting that person elected.
I mean, I think that's only true to a certain extent. I mean,
It's only true
their
to a certain
their clique
extent.
is pretty small, right?
But they're pretty.
I know that they're ingrained, but that's because nobody gives a shit anymore.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. That's all
That's what I've
Yeah.
been saying the whole time, that nobody cares anymore.
Yeah. Oh no, I've watched some good, strong people go. Nah, can't deal with them people.
Well, that's just like me. I'm not going to chase them down to try to beg to show up to a meeting. If you can't get the email list and send it to me like they did with the prior people, and we know you got your email because your little secretary, she sat there and wrote down everybody's email that ever went in there. So you have the email list. So to try to tell us that you don't have an email list,
selected.
you're just lying to you can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me.
Well, they're.
My whole thing is why would I spend the time on the Republican Party trying to buffalo Ann Barthrop and her painted-faced daughter and fat-ass Don Ramsdale and Nikita and all the rest of them that are all grammed together thinking that they're the greatest thing since sliced bread?
Yeah.
Hell, y'all go for it.
Well, that's kind of where
Shit.
everybody's at. Is get on with it.
That's where we're at.
But there's no invites, and it's not an aggressive.
It's what it boils down to is they're not representing us as a constituent.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I can say that Don Ramsdale and Nikita Phillips, you're both my representatives, and ain't neither one of you representing me one bit. Not even any. Not even a little bit are you representing me. If you were, you would reach out to me and say, hey, would you guys like to come to the meeting? No, hell no. You don't want to keep that all under wraps so that nobody else can be a part of your clique. And it's stupid for what?
And it's not only this precinct, it's the other two precincts.
That's the whole thing.
It's the whole thing. That's how gross it is. And they can't even see it. They're so high-minded and suspender snapping.
I think
We don't need to invite them people. Who do they think they are? We got this.
That's what I'm trying to say the whole time is like they don't have anything.
They don't.
They
got
have no
nothing.
power. They have nothing.
They fill a position.
Boy. So does the grocery store clerk.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Exactly.
So, I mean, I'm not gonna.
But anyways,
A guy can do more. You can do more outside the party with money than you can ever trying to do anything inside the party. Right? If you had 15, 20 grand on your own money to put in campaign, you can get far more done than you can over there. All it takes is money.
Well, I think the further you get away from them, the better off you're going to be.
I totally agree.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think most of the constituents here have seen that. They understand what's going on.
That's why I think a lot of people don't want nothing to do with it.
Well, that's exactly. It's so.
What did somebody tell me the other day? They barely have enough people showing up now to make a quorum. They don't almost even have enough people to vote. So, I mean, kudos to Jack and Jean and Kim Heath and all the people that helped with the Republican Party before Andrew Zeller became the president because, I guess he's not the president, he's just the chair. But, I mean.
So anyways, it's the same kind of stuff that's going on here has gone on in the federal. There's a clique up there, a
It's
group
the
of people that have networked as politicians to protect.
It's Bush.
Yeah,
Bush was the most hated president of all time. and he was the CIA guy. That's what they're talking about. The last big scandal before the Epstein Files was the MK Ultra, and Poppy Bush was the one that swept all that under the table.
Yeah.
And that's where Trump is in. Trump is in dire straits here if he don't pay attention. And I was trying to figure that out. I mean, I didn't have enough time to listen. I've listened to it a couple times, but I can't remember all the names and how they all fit together.
Oh, it's a complicated.
I'm trying to make money, right? I mean, I'm not trying to tell 20, 30, 30, 40 people how the cow ate the cabbage, right? I mean, I'm doing the best I can, but it's at the end of the day, I mean, we're doing this on our own dime. We've had a contribution or two, and we surely appreciate that. But, I mean, there's only so much time in the day. And, I mean, we're sort of beating a dead horse here. Right?
Well, what I was doing, I was trying to show how the local politics and what's going on here is up there. It's all mirrored each other on how this is the grandioso scale in the federal deal.
What's going on up there allows it to happen here.
There you have it.
Yeah, if it was... And so really what we're talking about, folks, is why is he doing what he's doing? And, you know, Robert Barnes's take is that he really doesn't think that Trump had anything to do with it. Otherwise, they would have already uncovered it. But his lack of everything, the lack of results, the lack of indictments, the lack of all of this stuff leads to suspicion.
It does. And the only thought, and I guess I have a lot of good hope in Donald Trump and that group of people, the mess that they're in, because they didn't create the mess. They may have created some of it.
In my opinion, it goes back down, and I know this is a real touchy situation, but it has to do with Israel. Here we are throwing more money into the Ukraine, throwing more money at all these whoremongers, and we ain't doing shit. So in my opinion, they ain't doing what they need to be doing. We can hope till we're blue in the face, but the money is still going where it's been going the whole time. Netanyahu's getting the money. Zelensky's getting the money. Trump, what you doing, pal? So, I mean, I'm not real happy. We already went through all this a week or two ago, right? There's no results, folks. So all this stuff comes across Pam Bondi's desk. What does she do? Oh, well, that's fine. And so now Dan Bongino, I mean, he's talking about maybe resigning. I mean, really? These were all supposed to be hardcore go-getters, but there's no getting. Ain't nothing happening. There's no results. It don't take that long to get something done if you want to go after them. How long would it take to throw your ass in jail, pal?
Oh, it'd be over in a heartbeat.
Just saying.
If I sold this milk to somebody, book them, Dano.
Yeah, and so I mean so we can say, well, it takes time, but that's bullshit. When the tables are turned, it takes no time at all. So I don't believe that.
So it's a huge power struggle at that point in a political realm, and there's a lot of give and take and compromise. That's politics, which I discuss. It's disgusting.
Yeah,
to me, it's supposed to be black and white.
Just because they act that way, don't mean I have to.
No, and you better not. You better not be acting like they do. So that's the whole thing. I don't know that Trump doesn't have that list. And that group, that the administration has that list and perhaps even some very incriminating evidence that they may be manipulating some of these people and higher.
Well, they are manipulating, but it's back down to, okay, we're going to blackmail you over it. Well, what good does that do you and me? It don't. Well, you're gonna blackmail the deep state? Why ain't you arresting them?
Well, that's kind of. So here again, that's the.
You better not. We got
it's
the
ugly. It's an ugly
dirt. We got the dirt on you. Now you better do what we say. That is not taking them to the cleaners.
No, that's not eliminating them.
No, it's not. It's not even putting the pressure on them. All you're doing that's what blackmail is. Blackmail means you are getting something. You're putting the pressure on somebody else, and you're getting something in return.
Right. So I don't know what this administration may be getting in return, because I'm not in the battle. I can't even imagine
In my opinion,
that battle.
from the Puritan standpoint that I know that you're at, anything that you could get would be tainted goods.
It's all tainted.
So why are you even looking to get anything? They need chopping heads.
That's what I'm thinking. Absolutely.
And that they're not doing that.
So what are the repercussions? What does the other side?
Why-
Wait a
why
minute.
aren't-
What
why-
does the other side have that's so valuable, that is so monstrous over you, that they may be interceding to protect you? I don't know that.
We do know that. It's money. Money is the root of all of that shit. They got the money.
Yeah. Well, and there's other stuff too in this complex world.
But it all goes back down to money. And over that, then all of a sudden your family's involved. And then it's threats and it's loss of life, and it all boils down to money. They ain't
Power.
one and the same.
Yep.
And so I mean that's really what I'm disappointed. And I'm hopeful, but that it's like you can hope in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up quicker. Right? We all know this. If you don't, you're kidding yourself.
Yeah. Well, it's a mess. I mean,
It's a mess.
The time that we're in history, just in the big scale of mankind, we are definitely at a point here where it's pretty abusive culture. It's pretty dog eat dog. It's kind of one of them deals.
Well, it's good versus evil, and evil is definitely reigns supreme on this planet. To think that good is that good is there's more good than there is evil. I mean, maybe there's a lot of good deeds and people have good hearts, but on the flip side, man, I mean, evil. When you look at the keys, right? It's a downward spiraled planet, right? It's naturally going down, not up. Right, and so that's the Lords of Light, the Second Coming. All of that stuff has to do with the magnetic polarity of from the midway station. I mean, we're talking about the center of the universe to the midway station to where we're at, like these lines of energy that are almost incomprehensible.
It is.
But so I mean, we're in a fallen planet. But the good thing about it is that that we still have souls. So even though we're on a fallen planet, a guy can still have an internal upward spiral
individually.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm saying that there's more evil, because we're in a downward spiral. And not that, I mean, at the end of the day, on the greater scheme of cosmos, it just is what it is. I mean,
right.
They don't care if you're good or bad or indifferent, right?
Nope.
It's the magnetic swirl. It's going down. It's just what Earth is. We're in a downward spiral. It's just the way that it is.
Right. I don't know that the 62 years that I've been on this planet, I've watched good leadership, strong presidencies, strong mayors that ran little cities, or towns. And when there was good people in there, things were good. When there were bad people in there, things were bad. We're flickering on a whole bunch of bad. It is
bad.
so contaminated on how this country was designed. Freedom without the moral compass is where we're at. We are lost. We're spinning out of orbit. And if we can't get it back
by design, right? And we've talked about this before. The key to that is education, right?
Education, yeah.
Yeah, and so I mean, it's what we were just talking about earlier in the conversation about what these kids have been taught. They don't stand much of a chance, man.
So the darkness that they've been handed, and what to think, not how to think. That's the root cause.
Yeah, right. They're all they're doing is following orders. They're memorizing stuff. They're not figuring a solution.
They ain't doing no figuring.
And that, luckily for me, I mean, my memory ain't worth a shit, so I don't have no choice but to figure it out as I go.
I got to refigure.
Well, damn, I can't remember nothing.
I figured this a long time ago. I got to refigure.
At least we can remember what 2 + 2 is.
Well, the ability to think is getting less and less on the planet. And that's kind of what socialism,
That's what they want. That's what it is.
that is. They just want people that can't think.
And that's totally what they want. I mean, that's the whole new breed of your social credit score, universal basic income. I mean,
Just a robot, just a number.
That's part of the whole thing with Elon Musk. I mean, on one hand, he has some really good stuff, man. And on the other hand, it's like he's involved in all the bad stuff. The Neuralink, the chips. Which, don't get me wrong, man. I've been saying it. I've said it a lot, and I'll say it again. I personally wish that I had what I call, me and an old friend, we thought about this 25 years ago. We called it the
brain.
Well, I mean, it's basically, to me, it's like the computer on Star Trek, right? You need an interface that can take all this data and then implement it with your thoughts. If I could remember all of the information that I've figured out and had a database, I'd be millions of miles ahead of where I'm at now. I figure the stuff out and then forget it, and then have to refigure it, and you can only get so far like that.
Well,
You just run out of time.
And I guess writing down a recording is a big deal because we're so fast.
For me, writing it down, I'm toast.
No,
I
you'd
can't,
have
I
to
can't
have-
write fast enough. I can't write fast enough to remember. I can't write fast enough to get my thoughts. I can't. I've never been able to. Everybody's like, well, just write it down. Man, pound sand. You don't know jack shit about
You're
what
not
I'm
even able to speak it.
I can barely speak it if I'm speaking it. Yeah, sometimes the guy can't even speak it. It gets away from you.
Got it.
But that's the whole thing about recording. At least a guy has a chance.
At least you can
trying
refresh.
trying to write it down. There's no chance for me. I mean, I've
and
done
I'm
that
and
my
I'm
whole
gonna
life.
I'm gonna bear witness. I'm kind of the same way. I get flickers of brilliance. It's like, oh, how are you gonna remember that? And that is a big key. But we're going so fast.
And that's fine. I mean, I know you don't like it, but I do, right? I like performance. I like efficiency. I like more work done at the end of the day than I did the day before. That means better tools, faster response time, better grade, better efficiency. More work is completed.
Absolutely.
And I thrive on that.
I do. I absolutely. Seeing how I can make something go faster, bigger, better, easier, you bet.
I know you get
Leverage all the time, all the time.
I know you get after me about, well, it's convenience. We're going downhill because of convenience, but it's what we talked about before. It's your intention. If you just use convenience to get old and fat and weak.
Well, yeah, that's pretty not good plan.
But I mean, that's what a lot of people use convenience for. Well, I don't have to cook. I'm going to just make a microwave dinner.
I'm going to go out to eat. So the convenience of our food, convenience of all the electricity stuff. The electricity serves as our transportation, air conditioning, furnace, all of that. We're all creature comfort up.
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, that stuff's not bad. What's bad is what are you doing with it?
How soft is it making you? How far away from mental health is it getting you? How sick is it really making you? How bad is it contaminating your spirit?
And that's where I'm at with Israel. I'm not a fan of what's going on at all. Them people need to carry their own water and leave America out of it. I want no part of it.
Well, no, and there's a two.
And I know there's a lot of people out there that'd be like, well, you're going to hell because you didn't do what the Bible said. Man, you can kiss my ass.
exactly.
That was all Palestine in 1940. If you don't think so, Google it and check the map.
Well, somewhere along the line, there was some prophecy that said that Israel would be a state again, that it would be a country. And then it happened. So that prophecy, biblical people are going to say, well, that came to pass. That happened. So I don't know. I'm not going to argue or get into stuff like that. That has nothing to do with me.
The history is all there, and so it's all on the brain. Richard grows the brain. All we have to do is dig into that. I've been too busy, and I mean, I already know it enough for my own heart. I know what's going on, right? I can see what's going on. You can't just
Turn a blind eye to any of that. Huh?
why are they just killing people profusely? It's no different than what Hitler did to the Jews.
Right.
Now the Jews are doing it to the Palestinians. It's no different.
None.
It's ethnic cleansing. I don't like you, so you're going to die.
So what started this last go around? What started that last go around?
Well, what started a bunch of it was you're trying to tell me that Israel has one of the best defense systems in the whole world, but they're going to let somebody fly across on a motorized parachute? Get out of here, man. You can bullshit yourself, but you can't bullshit me.
So I'm only
It's all designed, and it's a ploy. It's a psyop to try for it's euthanization. It's extermination is what they're after. Hell, they believe that we're the chosen ones. We're the holy ones. And in my opinion, what the good book says is that you shall not murder, right? And so to try to think, that's what we talked about this before, right? The whole concept of I'm better than you. I'm so much better than you that I can end your life. That's pretty brazen, in my opinion, according to the scope and creation of, I mean, I'll just call it Christianity. I mean, there's a lot of different.
Well, I mean, the kingdom of love.
Yeah, there's a lot of different, different facets of realism.
Well, there's realms of all of it.
Yeah, how you interact and respect someone.
Yeah.
But to try to think that you are better enough than someone that you can take their life and that's okay. That right there, that concept, man, that's what.
So if I take someone's life because they did something bad to me or someone, right? And you know what I'm saying? Or if I'm protecting somebody and I
Yeah, so
take someone's life because I'm protecting my wife or myself.
So that's the
I need to give my life and let that person continue.
No,
I need to lay down and say no.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm
Right.
saying to say I'm better than you.
That's what I'm saying.
Not that I'm here to kick your ass and you're defending yourself. I'm just saying I'm better than you, so you need to die. That's what I'm saying.
Right, and that's kind of what your take is on Israel.
It is what my take is on Israel, because to start with, it wasn't Israel. It was all Palestine. And what do? They come in there and just start slaughtering them. And they have since way back when. It started with the Temple Mount, and it's all about the money. It's the Rothschilds and all that money paid for the Templar, the Knights Templar. They're the ones that went in there in whatever 1200s and smoked them again. But in modern times, what you just said was they just killed my wife and kid, and I'm supposed to lay down. That's Palestine right there. That was all Palestine in 1900. Mm-hmm. There was no Israel.
Right, there wasn't.
And so they're just going to come
Israel
in.
was gone.
Yeah, well, it was never there. It was never.
Oh.
It was never. There was never a country Israel.
Right.
It's
what was it called?
It's the Israelites in the Bible.
Oh.
It's not. It was never a country before.
No, they just possessed that area of land.
Yeah, they said. Well,
and never really named it.
It's the Temple Mount. The Temple Mount is the key
is
to
the key of all of it. And what town is that in? Where is that?
What's right by?
Is it like?
It's right next to Jerusalem.
Right. Got it. And that's where Jesus hung out a lot of the time. So it's a spiritual battle.
It's a spiritual battle, and Mike talks about that all the time, about that's why they want it so bad, because supposedly that's where the energy from the different realms all come into this world, is in that particular place.
So yeah, that's so anyways, folks, I got a cow. I just wanted to bring this in and show you, but that cream's about right here. She's a little Jersey cow. She's giving about 7 gallons a day.
So the closest town to the Temple Mount is Jerusalem itself. The Temple Mount is located within the old city of Jerusalem.
Yeah.
And they've been fighting over that ever since, right? It's the Arabs, and then it's basically the whites. It's basically the Khazars, the Khazarians. They're the ones that.
Now, what are the Khazarians? I know you've talked about that a bit, and they're.
So originally, the Khazarians were all come from Ukraine. That's the oldest mafia in the world, 5,000 years old. And that's basically what, ChatGPT tries to say there's no such thing as the Khazarian Jews, but I have information from Richard Grove and a bunch of books and stuff that says that that's not the case.
Well, Chat is trying to catch up.
But it also said if you can feed me information, I'd be happy to look at it. And so, I'm just too busy to. That's the last thing I need to do is try to school ChatGPT.
That don't even make the bottom of the list.
Even though it is kind of fun. So you don't know what you're talking about, man.
You got to teach the teacher.
And it wouldn't be the first time.
Wouldn't be the first time. But yeah, that's kind of what it's coming down to too. And we do need. I'm hoping that some folks are going to have enough time to spend a little time at this school over here and seeing what they're teaching the kids. And that's, to me, is where people got to get involved. If you got a kid in the school, let's go see what's getting taught to them. It's pretty stupid on your part if you don't go and look at what somebody's teaching your kid. It's asinine. It's beyond asinine.
It's actually derelict of duty is what it is.
It's absolutely morbid.
It's basically back to, you don't care.
You don't care. That's the key. If you don't have any desire, if you don't have a standard, if you don't have a goal, if you don't have some form of moral vision, we're gonna have a pretty big wreck here pretty soon. No matter who's a president or who's a commissioner or who's running the school over there. Got a few pretty good folks over there that I think are pretty admirable, but there again, it's not a dictatorship. It's a group of people that got to get along. And
the odd thing about it, so my old buddy Jack Clapp, bless his heart, or rest in peace, old buddy. He always told me those who can't do teach.
Yeah.
And so that's what you got. The people that can't go out and actually excel and do stuff in this world are the ones that are teaching our kids.
And there is the problem. And there should be and here again, to be a plumber, electrician, a doctor, you go through internships. A teacher, if they're going to be a teacher in math, should go to some place actually where they have to do the math. They have to have real world application. They have to have the common sense that it goes with what they've been taught.
Hello.
But we don't have that standard.
How are you going to be the math teacher if you can't do math? Oh, that's right. A man can have a baby.
Well, here again, we are in that, whatever that deal is, that cusp of craziness.
Downward spiral planet.
Yeah, and I don't know that I'm looking at it so much like that. I'm just looking at there's highs and lows.
It's completely downward spiral all the time. It's down, down, down. And so all you can do is do it for yourself. What do they say? The temple dwells within.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I don't know that I'm totally...
it's complicated, right? You have to have all the background knowledge to see what that is. The buck's only this thick, brother.
The down, down, down thing. And that's,
It's
you
a-
could look at it that way
It's
too.
a magnetic thing too, and so when you're over here saying, "Well, I don't know if I," man, it's not my interpretation and it's not my design. It is what it is. It comes from the center of the universe to the midway station to Earth.
Right. Somebody come up with that.
Somebody's doing it, and it ain't us.
Right.
We have nothing to do with nothing.
Right.
We just happen to be here, but we do have a soul. That's what makes this planet different from most of all the other ones. Most of all of the other planets, according to the Keys of Enoch, most of all of the other planets throughout the whole entire universe, there is nothing with a soul. There's very few places that there's beings with a soul. And so you have to have that soul to be able to get into that upper plane. You have to, guy has to have a thinking ability, and you have to have that inner tuition that, it's your heart and your soul that brings you to a place where you want to do better instead of just pure carnal, right? I mean,
Well, yeah, and that's kind of where we're at right now.
Well, but I mean, but it ain't, right? I mean, because we're here talking about it.
Oh,
if it
no,
was
no.
just pure carnal, we'd be out there splitting wigs.
Oh,
Nick.
no. It
You know
ain't.
what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not saying, what I'm saying is the downward deal and looking at what we're seeing in the broadcast of the media and the things that we're seeing, other than the cool things that are happening around us that we know are good things. But if you start looking at the media and looking at what's going on in the Trump administration and Ukraine and Israel, what a dark little place this is. Boy, don't even try. Why even get up? Why even get out of bed? That would be a pretty frickin' dismal and that to me is what some of these kids are being exposed to.
And
They don't have enough hope to get their ass even out of bed
Yep. Well, we're disciplined.
because their future doesn't look so bright.
There's no discipline.
Okay.
There's nobody dumping cold water on you to get your ass up and go to work. There just isn't. Oh, it'll be fine. We'll get food stamps.
Oh, well, no, that's without a doubt. I mean, that's the total encouragement
we'll
of
get your
bad behavior.
Yeah, you'll get your universal basic income. You'll be fine.
You'll own nothing and like it, buddy boy.
Yeah, you'll just sit at home and get on your
Could you imagine?
visual goggles and live in an alternate reality, and hopefully your little monthly ration of bugs show up, and
Yeah. Shine me up.
well, yeah, and most people's going to be extremely happy to be there, right?
I'm pretty sure this is what's for breakfast at least. There's no bugs in that. We good to go. So anyways, there's a big contrast of what people are going to settle for. I'm not settling for the buggy deal. Own nothing and like it. I'm not settling for that. Maybe they'll make sure, well, if you don't settle for it, well, then you can't be here. Well, that's fine too.
Well, so like
And that's okay too.
you're going to have
but
to
you
try
better-
to end my life before I get yours.
Yeah. Well, then you better start figuring it out.
And so this whole thing about diplomacy is great, right? But at the end of the day, I watched a thing about a guy last night. His name was Bingham. T.D. Bingham. One of the most ruthless son of a bitches to ever draw breath. The leader of the Aryan Brotherhood. Listening to what these people are, right? I mean, all they care about is their own agenda and inflicting pain. And it's all about violence. So they were talking about these, because I've been watching some crazy stuff. So I watched Hitler's bodyguards. So I watched all the stuff. They tried to assassinate Hitler 40 times and never got it done. That's crazy, isn't it? All the best minds in the world couldn't get his ass smoked. They missed him. Every time they'd blow something up or whatever, or he wouldn't be on the train, and got to hand it to him because he had that mind of there was no predictability to him. He would never do what
Anything twice.
No, or
there was no pattern of behavior.
No pattern of behavior.
You know what I mean?
That was a messy one.
That guy was extremely. When you're in the spirit, you're in tune. The flesh is down here. It's easy to manage. It's easy to see. It's easy to predict. You could see somebody do something before they even do it. You already know what they're going to do. You could just watch. Okay. And he, I believe, was in that realm, that spiritual dark realm. But he believed what he was doing was right.
Well, that's just like, it's no different than Netanyahu.
Well, there you go.
No different.
None.
I believe that I am a better, superior being than you, and you need to die.
Exactly. I'm going to exterminate, just like the Muslims.
Like
Muslim is a big deal too.
It's
they think they're better than the Jews. All Jews they're infidels.
Yep.
They have to die. Well, you're going to kill or be killed.
So go at it. Just leave me out of it.
Leave me out.
Because you don't want to bark up here. We got a big dog and he bites. Right? So
well, hopefully we can get things on the straight and narrow. Hopefully we can get this country dialed in. This little Epstein blurping the deal.
That's why at the end of the day, all I care about only one thing, that I have an upward spiral. That's all I care about.
There you go.
Nothing else matters
I
to me.
never even thought about it in terms like that, but good spiritual growth and not making other people show you something bad.
I know that my soul is not compromised. I haven't sold my soul for money.
There you go.
Greed or
that's the name of the game. That
probably, and don't get me wrong, I think about it sometimes going, damn, that was stupid. That was dumber than shit, dude. You cost yourself a lot of grief and misery. And sometimes it's just a simple mistake. Maybe it wasn't all bad. But I mean, at the end of the day, I know that I didn't lose my soul.
So when you're rowing your own boat and you're using your own faith, you're not going to a job. So somebody else created an endeavor that's profitable and then hired you to be an extension of that individual. You're basically living on that person's faith that created that endeavor. But when you're the creator and you're having to do all of it and think and adapt and make it happen, that's your faith. That's what's keeping you, you know what I mean? It's not like you're a job boy. Oh, I'm just going to go to the job. I'm just going to go to the job.
Yeah. 5 o'clock rolls around and I'm gone, right? I don't care if I completed my task or not. That's not how we do stuff. We finish it because that's what we want to do.
Yeah. Well, if you don't get paid.
Back to the money thing.
Well, it's a law of compensation.
And
you give, you receive. You give something.
It is the law of compensation, and that's what I'm talking about with the downward spiral, right? People get in trained, and they just go for that. They go for the compensation without any effort. That's one of the main sin, right? One of the main.
Absolutely, and I was just going to mention
thievery, right?
Some of those things that they discovered during the DOG thing, with all of this money that was being exploited through, you know what I mean? And that's one of the things. I think we're making some good progress in getting the country back on track. And hopefully we're stimulating some people with integrity to fill the elected officials' roles. And hopefully, I think the case is so big and there's so much dirt on these people, I think they're had.
Regardless if it has anything to do with us or not, at the end of the day, the light from the midway station to here, if you're not in the upward spiral, your ass is gonna fry. That's what hell is. You're had. And I'm not the judge or the jury. And
no, you make your own bed. You have to sleep in it.
I'm just trying to get in line with the light source so that I can maintain my garment of light and ascend into the Merkaba vehicle to a higher being. That's
all there is.
That's all there is.
Yeah.
Rest of it is rest of it is distraction.
Yeah.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, right? I mean, there's a lot of enjoyment, right? Family, kids, friends. You know, Chuck gets after me, oh yeah, all in the name of having fun. Well, what the hell's the use, Pops, of even being on this planet if the guy don't enjoy it? Because there's more to it than just working to death.
Yeah. So that's the name of the game. A little bit of volleyball, some good socialism, you know, socializing with friends. There's a whole bunch to it, but that's all the time. It's a continuous thing for me. My life doesn't shut off because I'm at work, because usually there's somebody there at work. Usually I'm working with somebody on their house or some project, and there's fellowship there, and there's good communication.
Because if there isn't no fellowship, I'm not going to help you. I'm not helping somebody that I don't like. Money is not the driving force for me.
Exactly.
And if I don't like you, I'm not going to help you.
Not helping you.
No. Just not. Time's too precious.
It is. So anyways, we did make process 22 gallons of milk.
So I didn't mean to cut you off, but did you explain? So I don't know, folks, can you see the line right here? So this is the cream. This is this basically skim milk. That's what happens when it's not homogenized, if you don't know this stuff. So all you got to do, right? I mean, so if you grew up around this, so to drink that, right? So what we did, we used to have a hand crank separator.
Yeah.
And so you would just dump the fresh milk in there, and
it'd spin the fat out.
Yeah, the difference.
Spin the cream out.
The density, the cream goes down one chute, skim milk down the other chute. So my dad and sister, they liked cream. They'd put cream on their cereal in the morning.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I hated it. I would.
Man.
Nada. I want skim milk. I don't want no cream on there. And now I've kind of, I mean, if cream with chocolate cake and peaches, then you got something.
No, you're done.
But yeah, I would never put cream on my cereal. Oh, God, yuck.
I've had it everywhere. And I do like skim milk. The skim milk.
But so what you would do, right? If you have this at your house and you don't want to skim the cream off for making butter or ice cream or whatever, right? You just shake it up every time you want to use it so that it mixes.
Yeah. And I've done that. We've got so much, we're getting 5 gallons a day. So it's just been, it's like, holy moly. Wow. It's 35 gallons a week. That's a bunch. That's a lot of milk.
You need a separator, buddy.
Well, no, I just dip it in. I just let the cold separate it and then dip it all off.
We'd just dump it right in off the cow, right out of the bucket. Then you don't have to come back and...
I don't mind coming back.
I know, but you would just tell me how much 35 gallon is. I'm just saying that's how.
So once you get,
there's a reason why they make mechanical separators.
And it doesn't take very long to skim that off, hardly any time at all.
Well, I know, but
and then you get it in. So we had
for me
3 of these.
For me, I don't like to do that because I don't want any cream in my skim milk, and it's still in there. Even when you're skimming it off, you still got some in there.
Yeah, and I think even after you spin it off, you still got a little bit.
Not much.
Just depending on the separator that you got. But yeah, I've got an old 1940 separator. I could use, but there's a lot of cleaning involved too.
Oh yeah, you got to clean it up.
Oh, buddy.
So
I would much rather just dip in and leave a little
when
and
we
go
had
on.
when we did that, we had 3 cows that.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're getting,
a Jersey, a Holstein, and a Maine Anjou.
There you go. Nice. Heck yeah.
My dad always used to, whenever I quit, he always used to say, "Oh, you guys always like that cream and da 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 da." And when I quit milking, nobody else would do it. And I'm like, number one, I never liked the cream, and nobody ever asked me to milk either. I mean, you wanted me to go to school.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Yeah. I know I milked 3 cows in the morning, took care of all kinds of stuff, and headed off to school. That was the deal. Just what you did. You didn't even think about it. Just what you did. Just what you did. Whether you liked the cream or not. And I liked it because I liked the Hershey powder chocolate milk. Oh my Lord. How I'm even alive. It's hard. It's just, ugh. Like I said, we leave that down a little ways. And the cream would be there. Then you just put that chocolate on the top there and shake it up. Put the lid back on and shake it. And drink it.
Yeah, that's the epitome of whole milk.
Man. That's some good stuff. How I have low blood pressure today, I don't know.
Yeah, you know, I got the base for that separator we had, the drive unit, but I don't ever know what happened to any of the stainless.
The top stuff.
Yeah.
No, we've got one. It's just it's a bear to clean it.
Pour the milk in, the milk comes out one chute and cream out the other.
Yep.
Jim's got one. My buddy Jim Reed, he's got one. It's a monster. It's like sits on the floor, and it's like from me to you, the whole damn thing. The one we had was and then
it was one of the minis that sat on the countertop.
Yeah, sat on the counter. We had it bolted down, and then all the stuff would just set on the top of it. So I mean, they were like that big around though.
Yeah. So the one I got is probably comparable to one. That bowl is about this big, and then the spout comes down like that. And then the
super cool
big old. But I think that's what a lot of people are missing. They didn't get to have any of that.
Never even have heard about it.
Never even seen raw milk before. That come out of the cow, was strained, put into the jar, put in the refrigerator, and this is what you got. That's it. Done. No more, no less.
That's got to be at least, well, it's 1, 2, 3. It's damn near a quarter cream.
She's a pretty good chunk. We got like 20 some cubes of butter. I forget exactly. And then she started putting it in different size packages because she was tired of doing all the cubes and the little things she had. She's like, oh, I'm going to find something else to do this one. I'm like, okay. But then the buttermilk too. Yeah, the buttermilk is just crazy when you're making the butter.
All I really like milk with is dessert. But I put it on cake. I put it on everything but pie.
Well, I'm going to have ice cream. The good Lord willing, I'm going to have ice cream in here. When we're sitting here, we're going to be...
Bigfoot and Yeti will be here with us, too.
Absolutely.
I have to tease Jimmy because we had some cantaloupe ice cream, supposedly, but it never made it around here, so...
And I did find it. I found one little thing in the freezer the other day, and I'm going to bring it to you. But yeah, we made some cantaloupe ice cream last year. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. So anyways, the other stuff's going to be maple with a little bit of vanilla. It'll have the raw eggs in it. You know, we do the ice and the salt, and then it sits there and spins. And next thing you know, man, you get your ice cream, and it is, But no... no processed sugar.
No. Yeah.
No. Just, you know what I mean? And I might, you can always throw a few nuts in it, or you could spice it up a little bit however you want it. But
you like nuts?
I love them.
Do you? I never did, especially in my sweets. God, I hate
Oh, man,
If you take chocolate cake or a brownie and put nuts on it, I'm like, man, why'd you ruin that?
Yeah. No, I pretty much like it all.
When I eat nuts, I want beer.
Yeah, and chocolate don't go so good with beer.
That's why I just never...
Leave them nuts. Save them nuts for later.
I never did like nuts with my sweets.
Especially walnuts.
Yeah,
Yummy.
I don't know what it was.
Almonds. I like them all.
Never did care for it.
I'm from California, so California nut.
So, I mean, I don't know, folks. I mean, it's a battle every day, right where you're at. I mean, all we can do is do the best we can. Don't compromise, right? Don't compromise yourself over something that you know. When you know the difference, that's the difference between ignorance and innocence.
Ignorance is when you know the difference. Innocence is when you don't. Right? And so if you don't know the difference and you make a mistake, well, next time then you will. But when you know the difference and you make it, I mean, that's called shooting yourself in the foot. Literally.
Yeah. And if, yeah.
That's not a good plan.
So there's profit all the way across every aspect of our life. Are you being profitable in all of them? You know? Are you tending your spirit, you tending your soul, you tending your finances, you're tending your relationships? All of that is as a complex being, we have to tend to all of those aspects.
So talking about profit, right? So I've been checking them out on TikTok. They have all these new they're basically perpetual motion.
Oh, yeah. I remember you talking about that.
So, yeah, my 7th grade science teacher, old Ken Duncan, I hope you're still alive and out there kicking, old buddy, but he always told me, no, hell, you can't do that. I said, I'm pretty sure I can. No, you can't. Well, and of course, he talked me out of it, so I've waited 40 years, 45 years or whatever. Now they're making them, they're so simple, man. What I thought about when I was 15, all they do are coupling a generator and a motor together and they're making it happen. But they have these ones that it's a flywheel, and some of them are pretty small. But I'm wanting to make one that's pretty good. I have this Baylor flywheel that I've been saving forever. It's probably like 500 pounds or something.
That's a getter-doner.
But it's real simple. All they have, I mean, I've seen them. They're so simple. One of them was just made with pipe. And so you have like what would be the center line, your axis of rotation of the flywheel, right? And then it's a crankshaft, so it's an offset. And so they're just literally on that one, they just welded pieces of pipe next to each other. It's not anything close to a balanced precision crankshaft. And then they just have a sleeve over that piece of pipe. So as it's going around, that other sleeve will rotate kind of like a rod does on a piston on your journal. And all you got is a spring on that son of a gun.
Mm-hmm.
And them springs pull it around and pull it around and pull it around. Hell, that son of a bitch, it's free electricity, folks. It's all over the place. So when you want to talk about profit, what you're really doing is you're talking about gain. You're talking about gaining something.
Absolutely.
And what I'm talking about here is electricity, right? Because we're all electronic magnetic beings, right? So when we're talking about gaining with your spirit and profit, these new pieces of iron that are free electricity. Oh no, hell, let's spend $2 trillion on going green, man. And these guys are doing it with some springs and pipe.
Well, and here again, we got sold a bill of goods. People bid on that. I was telling people, just like I told them on the COVID vaccine, I said, that's COVID hopes. Anyways, the green stuff, I knew enough about it. There's so much petroleum going into it. You would never, ever recover that carbon footprint. You could never. And like these electric cars, the pollution, you would never, ever, the pollution that you're creating, you could never neutralize any carbon. Well, it's the most asinine thing.
It's simple. It's simple to see if you can do math.
If you can think. Most people can't think, and they prey upon their ignorance.
Back to not my problem.
No, but
not my problem, and I don't care.
You can't.
I don't care if you're a dumbass. Nothing I can do about it.
How many of them charging machines we got up here?
Back to that. So there's 2 of them at the clinic that there's no way. So that we pay the taxpayer, the mill levy, we pay the clinic, goes for free to charge your electric vehicle? Some libtard? And like I said, so my dad's 86 years old. He's not going to get a handicap sticker. Just shit, he'll go to the grave before he ever does that. So now he has to park across the parking lot if he wants to go in the clinic because you got all that stupid shit in there.
You got one over here and one over there. I mean,
and
here again, that was fleecing the taxpayer.
The one up at the Silver Cliff Town Hall is in the handicap parking spot.
Might as well be.
Joker Central.
Another big heist. There's too much taxes, too much money going into the government. That has to be shut down. They got too much going.
But that ain't how it works. And hear me out, and this is why. So when it was in the tariffs in the 1890s, America was richer than it ever had been.
Because we had a moral code, some ethics.
It was how it was generated. It was generated off other people, and it's what we were talking about, profit. It didn't come off
Your labor.
There was no income tax.
There was no gun. See, we're being held at gunpoint.
Totally.
IRS says if you don't pay me,
that's why
I'm coming to get you.
There was no IRS.
That's what I'm saying.
Tariffs.
We got to get back to that.
So this whole thing, that money is the root of it, and that they're overtaxed. It's really the other way around. It was fine when we were generating it from other countries, but when we started generating it off ourselves, that's when the problem happened.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So it has nothing to do with the money involved, right? There was plenty of money, and life was really good because there was plenty of money. That's the thing. Life was really good in the 1890s and all that time because they had so much money.
So here again, I'm going to do a situational awareness. If you look at the time and inventions and the way of life at that point in time, and then you look at where we are now, we're going $1 trillion. What was it? How much do we go into debt, and what's the time frame? $1 trillion every what?
100 days, I think.
$1 trillion.
Maybe that ain't right. I can't remember. I know Biden's put us in $7 trillion in 4 years.
So here again, the Federal Reserve wasn't involved.
Yeah, so that's all.
The contamination.
You weren't taking it away from it.
Right.
It was fair and square business.
Fair and square.
It wasn't taking it from the people.
Right. So we created this country to get out of the taxation.
And here we are,
oppression.
And we're right back in it.
And now we've created it back. So we've got to get back to where we needed to be.
And that's why I keep hoping, if I really have something that I hope that Trump can do. I did see something flash by on TV somewhere. I just seen it flash by, but he says his economy is stronger than ever. Trump's economy is kicking ass.
It's coming along.
It's not that
People
hard.
got hope.
It's not that hard. Ah, dang, man. It's simple. All you got to do is keep the crooks out of the damn cookie jar.
There you go.
Plenty of money to go around.
So that's why I'm not. If Trump is having to do something and sidestep some of that Epstein thing, or use it over here in the quietness of his wisdom.
The problem is not the Epstein thing to me. It has to do with Ukraine and Israel. That's the problem with me.
Yeah. Well, that's a problem with a lot of people.
Most people are on Israel's side, which puts us right at war. And I'm not there.
Yeah, and you don't have to be.
I'm not on either one, but I am. My tax money gets spent.
So
that's what Jackie told me long ago. He said, "Hell, all our Social Security has already went to Israel. They already got all our money." Hell,
Israel's got all of our money.
Yeah.
And they're like the Federal Reserve.
They're the ones that are in control of all this. Netanyahu is the one that's coming over here and begging Trump to keep on
giving money.
Yeah, but go bomb Iran. Why don't you go bomb Iran and leave us out of it? But
well, and Iran is kill America. So
can you blame them?
You got to watch who you say that to.
I'm just saying,
you threaten somebody.
Can you blame them? What we've talked about earlier. So we're over there, horror mongering against their women and children, and then you wonder why you're pissed.
Right.
So that's
so
all.
We're over there doing what now?
We're the horror mongers.
We're killing their women and children.
Yeah. Look what they just did at the Gaza Strip.
Right. what prompted that is what I was trying to get to
That's
the
what
point.
it's
What-
euthanization. Netanyahu thinks he's better than they are, and they think the same about him. But they're not the ones that started it. They try to say, "Well, it's the Palestinians that started it," and because you have the most sophisticated. This is where the tire hits the road for me. You have the most sophisticated defense system in the whole world, and you let some fucking towelhead fly in there on a motorized parachute. Get out of here with that shit. That's the biggest psyop,
Right.
honky tonk line of bullshit ever.
And I guess the psyop I was sold was they were having a great big party somewhere where the border of Israel and the Gaza hit. And there was a group of people that came in and killed several hundred Israelis just right out of the blue. So I don't know if it's true or not.
And so but you got the most sophisticated defense system in the whole world. And they're going to tell me that they snuck up on us and killed us. Bullshit. You let them in. You let it all happen so that you could retaliate and go after them. You don't have a system like that, and tell me that all of a sudden that these guys are flying in on motorized parachutes is how unsophisticated that they are.
So here again, they're so sophisticated. They're good at all the big stuff coming in.
Hell, they got
But they're
laser
not.
beams that could smoke that son of a bitch. As soon as it penetrated that airspace, they knew instantaneously.
Was it below the radar?
No!
No.
It's the most sophisticated shit in the whole world, man. It don't just fly under the radar. It don't
I
work
don't
like
know.
that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Everybody's like,
So
well,
it was a big lie they sold.
it's a huge lie.
Huge lie. Huge
Hell
lie.
of a lie.
Hell of a lie.
Also that we can kill them off.
And how many hostages they end up with?
I don't know. But that whole thing right there, that's the part that makes no sense to me. To try to say that you have the most sophisticated defense system in the whole world, and these poor bastards, these towelheads out here with herding sheep out on the prairies are flying in on a motorized parachute, and you're trying to tell us about how they penetrated your defense? Get out of here with that shit.
So yeah, to me that doesn't even hit my radar. I don't give two.
That's what it
because
how
I
it
can't.
all started.
That is completely out of my control.
In modern day, that's what fueled the fire again. And so what do? They go in there and lay the Gaza Strip to waste, and then force all them people to tell them. I mean, what was there, like 1 million refugees or something?
Yeah, head on over to Egypt. Keep on packing. You're not coming here.
And I'm just for me, I'm glad that I'm not a part of it. That light from the Midway station to here, right?
The judge and the jury.
But really, what it is I mean, you can.
Well, no, I'm just saying
you can
it's
put it-
universal.
You can put.
I'm not saying that's wait.
No, and
Yeah.
it is, but you know, we put it in a term so that we can understand it. But
Sure.
really, it's all about a frequency, and so it's like, can you withstand the light? And if not, you get burned up,
Yeah, you could burn up.
and it's that easy.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. It's either you're on the right frequency or you're not. And
You're either in tune or
so you can call it the judge, right? The judge,
Sure.
because it actually is, right? I mean, in one sense,
it's a pure sine wave. And if you're pure, it's going to go right along with you.
Yeah, if you're at the right frequency.
Otherwise
Otherwise, it's going to shred your ass.
you don't. It's going to hurt you
Yeah, it's just going to tear you apart atom for atom.
like a nuclear bomb. That's like fire. That's fire.
Probably why they call it hell.
Fire.
Burning in the fire.
Well, I guess the last go around was water with old Noah and the flood deal. That's a bunch of poppycock too, I guess.
Well, I mean,
You can only believe so far.
there's a lot of it, though, there's a lot of evidence that shows that there was some. Do I believe it word for word? No, but is it probably something that happened along them lines? Probably.
so that we can kind of relate to it. How do you get all them animals on that ship
History, right? I mean,
and feed them?
the thing about history is even if it's a lie, there had to have been some truth to it somewhere along the line to even create the yin and the yang, so that you could even figure out a lie against the truth. So something had to happen along the line somewhere.
To create the idea.
Right. What happened? I have no idea.
So anyways, the good book says it's the next destruction won't be water, it'll be fire.
Yeah. Well, and that makes a lot of sense from the Midway Station with it. I mean, there's so many stuff out there that we have no idea about.
Above my pay grade.
That's why all I care about is being honest to myself.
I'm trying to just, hopefully this community is going to be strong where we don't wake up to super high taxes and have to move because we can't afford nothing.
Well, that's why we don't give a shit, because we're going to be rich.
Well,
Because we do XRP and we do water and we do the stuff that matters. We have free electricity, folks.
Absolutely.
Right? I'm not going to go broke because I know about free electricity and I can build one of these machines myself. They're so simple.
They've talked about perpetual, you know what I'm saying? And my brother and I, we used to think about it all the time, and we thought, well, why couldn't you just...
Because mathematics say that it won't work. That's what all the...
Well, then you're trapped in mathematics.
That's what science teacher told me, and I'm like, I don't believe you. And he was the same guy that would try to say, well, I could figure out the math problem without any work. It's like, I can figure it out, man. But anyhow, all that being said, I mean, steadfast.
Keep between the lines.
Concentrate on what you're doing. Now is not the time to slip. I mean, it's important that we
Keep moving.
take care of what we're doing, not just moving, right? But that we
Make our moves count.
Yeah, we have calculated moves. We know what we're doing, right? We're not just going blindly, right? We know that we have an end goal here, or at least a proper direction. We might not know what's over the horizon, but we know how to get to the horizon. So with that being said, wish you all a good evening and see you next week.
Thanks, folks. Like and share if you would.